used to cry, but now I hold my head up high. I'm back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that look upon your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. I know that just 1 second you'd be back by me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Oh, turn around now, baby. You're not welcomed anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbyes? Think I grumbled. They think I lay down and die. Oh, no, that I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love.
Oh, yes, that used to be the female emancipation song at one time.
Yeah, and you know what? Now it could really be Detroit's theme song, I Will Survive, We Will Survive. And that was the jazzy voice of a lady that we hear all the time in the Bricker Tunas commercials that are played on this station.
And she takes that commercial.
Right.
I mean, she changed the whole concept of Bricker Tunas.
Miss Kimmie Horne, and we've got Kimmie.
Good morning, Mildred and Greg.
Hello,
so good to be
darling.
talking to you guys this morning.
How are you?
Can you hear us, Kimmie?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good to be on the show.
And we just played your jazzy version of I Will Survive. And Kimmie, your voice, we hear it all the time. And you're now Ms. Bricker Tunas, the fur lady. And you are in the tradition of all the great Horns. Lena Horne, your aunt Lena Horne, you know.
Yes, yes.
Lena Horne is Kimmie Horne's aunt.
She's my great aunt.
She's your great aunt, okay?
Yes,
and
yes.
a great lady that she is, and your great aunt. Kimmie, when you sing I Will Survive, and you certainly have been here for longer than just 1 or 2 seconds, so you do know the importance of longevity. Your career is proving that. Just tell us what is one of your secrets that has allowed you to be around longer than just 1 second.
Well, I consider myself very, very fortunate. I truly love what I do, so I'm always trying to incorporate something to keep the music fresh and keep me excited. I always try to book myself in different venues and to be around different audiences from all over the world, and that kind of keeps you, keeps me motivated.
Wow, that's fantastic. Your words of wisdom and advice. So, you got to do that to stay motivated. Now, guess what, Mildred? Kimmie is doing something. She's marketing something that is jazzy and tasty. And guess what she's marketing? Guess what it is? It's jazzy and tasty. Okay, what is it? Can you say it again?
It's Kimmie Horne caramel corn, the world's jazziest treat.
How about that?
And we want to taste it, so therefore, can we have a sample? I want to make sure that we know how jazzy and tasty it really is.
Let me tell you, I have a bag with you and Mildred's name on it, and I am going to get it down to the station very soon. So, when I do, I would really love you guys' honest feedback. But I tell you, we've had this concept on the table for about a year now, and we decided to go ahead and release it and just kind of test the waters and see how it tasted and see how it would flow. And we're on our second shipment already because the first shipment really went fast, and I'm talking about distributing it overseas, over in Japan. We got orders that we are taking from overseas, so it's really, really exciting.
Fantastic.
Now, people want to know, as people listen to about Kimmie's jazzy
caramel corn.
Caramel corn. They want to know where they can get it.
Well, now I am so happy to say that I just landed it in the Starbucks at the Southfield Weston, so it is available there. I have it in another store right in the Southfield area as well, but I'm really looking to get it in the Detroit market. But as of right now, those are the two places that they can get the caramel corn.
Well, in this particular case, now I just had to say it, that you're going to really be corny. I just have to say, was that funny or was that ridiculous? Okay. But anyway, we're so glad that you're doing it because Mrs. Phil, she did it with cookies, and so now we know you're going to do it with the caramel corn.
And you know what? Again, the whole concept came up because when some shows that I'm doing, and for example, I just did the library, Detroit Library, and as we're down there, you know, and people are sitting there, and it's like, God, if I was sitting watching the show, it would be nice to have a little snack, you know, about right now. And I love caramel corn, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's just make it available for the audiences, you know, as they can sit there and eat caramel corn as they're watching my show, or, you know, as you're going to the movies, or listening to my CD.
Well, you know what? We are sure it's going to be super successful. Now, I was in a commercial where you were singing, and I want to thank Charlene Mitchell and the Bricker Tunis people. And, of course, you do that jazzy song. And Gerald Harrington, I'm so glad that he was the one that was shooting it because, you know, he's among the very best. So we thank Mr. Bricker for employing some top-notch folk. But in singing that song, who wrote that commercial? Who wrote the song?
Well, Charlene came up with the concept. And when she came up with the concept, just to tell you how divine this was, when she came up with the concept, Jazz It Up, I said, you know, wow, I have a song that is called Jazzing It Up. So, you know, when she needed music, you know, I used the track to my original track, which was produced by Jerry Carr. And we used that music and with the finger snaps, and at the top of that just said Jazzing It Up at Bricker Tunis first, and it just came out very, very well. It fit. Everyone loved it. When we left the commercial shoot, everyone was leaving singing that song. And I have to say, Arthur Bricker has been the greatest. He's one of the nicest guys that you can work with. I'm so proud to be their new spokesperson for Bricker Tunis, and Arthur is just, he's just been great.
Fantastic. You know? And, you know, we're so glad that you're doing it and that is being played on this show. Now, you're also a sensation in Japan. Tell us about being in Japan.
Oh, I love Japan. I just got back from there not too long ago. So I usually go perform in Japan once to 2 times a year, and a month or 2 months at a time. And I am looking forward to actually going back in the spring. Every year I go is usually cherry blossom season because it is extremely beautiful, and I love to see how the trees turn and everything. But my fan base is huge there, and I'm really appreciative of the Asian market. So yeah, I just look forward to going, and I'm singing jazz. I'm singing songs in Japanese. You know, I'm speaking a little Japanese. So it really is a home away from home for me.
Fantastic. And Kimmie, in a career that is always taking twists and turns, going in wonderful directions, no matter if you're doing jazz, if you're doing dance music, if you're doing the Great American Songbook, you always do it with such great style. And for those who have not seen Kimmie Horne, well, you know the Horne name, and if you know how Lena Horne looks, it's in the DNA. So you're obviously very blessed.
Thank you, Greg.
Now,
yeah, but you know, I'm looking forward to another, you know, more shows coming up. Like I'm ecstatic about the Detroit Jazz Festival, which I'll be performing in August the 31st, and then that's of course some Dirty Dog Jazz Cafe performances. But you know, I had a really great summer at Shane Park with Brian Culberson. Just opened for him last week, and that concert was incredible. So I'm really, really enjoying the music and continuing to, you know, to sound my horn.
Well, we are so glad, Miss Jazzy Lady. And
look, I'm just full of little, snippets, huh?
Well, you know what, Kimmie, thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to be listening to that commercial, hearing you give us a little jazzy jazz. So why don't you just close this before we say goodbye? Just sing us a little something before we say goodbye. Just a little something.
Okay, all of me, why not take all of me? Can't you see I'm no good without you? Take my lips, I want to use them. Take my arms, I'll never use them. Your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How could I go on, dear, without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me?
Kimmie Horne doing it.
All right, Kimmie, we'll
And
be in
that's early in
touch.
the morning.
All right, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Kimmie.
Thank you so much, Mildred and Greg. Appreciate you guys.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.